I don't know if it was a rumor or not, but I think only 4 teams from the CDL can be part of this Esport Cup. But also, they can't have their original roster represented in the Esport Cup because they are a CDL roster, so they can't have the same players, which that's just like...
insane.
Yeah, like that sucks.
I disagree with that.
I disagree with that too.
Welcome, everybody, to episode number 178 of the COD Casuals podcast. Long returned. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
Justin, how are you doing, dog?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, so this is really confusing for people because last time that we were with you guys in the last episode, we were just like, oh, yeah, you know, you're going to be going on vacation. We were banging out episodes. And then for you guys, it's just a week. But for us, we haven't seen each other in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been kind of crazy. You can see we're now in the desk here that used to be in the backdrop. Yeah, bro. I mean, you've just been cranking with the moving since you've come back now.
Yeah, I've been trying. And yeah, I was away for a while. Like, it's so weird how fast it just all went. I'm like, a month nearly went by just like that.
Yeah.
Like so fast. Speaking of a month, dude, I haven't gained for almost a month, which is absolutely insane to me.
Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, obviously it's not by choice.
You can't take your PS5 to Mount Rushmore. That's or Disney.
Yeah. Like the week before, I wanted to play, but like I just had to crank out the episodes, and you guys probably heard like, I don't know, a couple episodes ago or something like that. And then I was just off for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just away. So quick little recap. I went to Colorado, South Dakota. Those trips, I was with like a couple of our friends from high school. That was a lot of fun. Went to a Colorado Rockies game, baseball. That was pretty cool. It was actually like one of the coolest baseball games like I've ever watched. I don't really watch baseball in general.
Yeah,
just went just because the prices are dirt cheap compared to here, so it was nice. And this was day one, absolutely insane. It was the LA Dodgers versus the Rockies, and which is a really bad game statistically,
right?
Because Dodgers are first seed, Rockies are dead last,
right?
So I was like, that's whatever. We're just here for the vibes. And then, this guy, Ohtani on the Dodgers, he's like the best baseball player right now in the MLB. Got a huge contract, and he hit a home run, and we were able to see that, which was awesome. Dang. And it was the farthest home run in this season, which that was sick to see. And the Rockies, actually, they went up 9-4. This is baseball. That's like insanely high.
That is insane, yeah.
They're up 9-4, the last seed against the first seed, going to the 9th inning, and they lost.
Dang.
They choked 7 runs in the 9th inning.
These fucking guys, and bro. Just never ends with choking.
It was insane. And you can legally bet in Colorado, like sports betting. I put $1 down when the Dodgers were down. I was like, you know, whatever. Didn't expect them to come back, and they did. And then I put another $1 down on like a parlay of like, this guy needs to get a home run, and then this random dude I don't know needs to get a home run. Dude, when I'm taught, like, I should have bought a lottery ticket that day. Like, I have the reactions of everyone. Like, I'll show you after this, but insane. Like, the Rockies had 2 outs, and if they striked out one more time, it was game over. Guy pitches a ball. The guy does like a check swing. Clearly a strike.
Yep.
Like, no question it was a strike. But the ref or umpire was like, not a strike.
Yeah, calls it a ball.
Calls it a ball, and everybody starts freaking out. Next pitch, home run.
Wow.
Ends the game.
Yeah.
And they won 11-7, which is 11-9. Insane. And I turned $2 into $37.
Dude, can you imagine if you went and put down like 50?
If I just put down 10,
yeah,
I would have made it like over 100.
Yeah, dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
Oh, like you know, our friend, like, he watches like so much baseball. He's
Yeah.
The odds of this happening, like, everything that had to come down to this is nearly impossible.
Yeah.
And the fact that you picked some random guy
And of all of the
random guys, and this guy hits a home run on the last pitch of the game. Absolutely insane.
Dude, you know ball.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, I think sometimes with like gambling on certain things like that, I think like obviously if you have the knowledge, it'll help. But there is that element too of where you don't know when you're not overthinking things.
Yeah.
Where that can like benefit you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it obviously in that instance, I mean, I can't even imagine what the odds were for that to happen.
Oh yeah,
You know?
it should have never happened.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But somehow it does. Like, I've seen that, too, with people, like, with racing.
Yeah.
Or with, like, same thing with football. You know, they're like, oh, dude, this team's going to end up making it to, like, you know, the playoffs or they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. And it's like, most of the time you'd be like, dude, you're out of your mind. Never happens.
Oh, yeah.
Some reason, for whatever reason, it ends up happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a trip, dude. But, yeah, man, I'm glad you had a good time there.
Yeah.
It's dope. I was devastated I couldn't go, but it's all right.
It was,
It's all right.
it was intense. we did that, did a ton of driving. Dude, we put 1,600 miles
Hell yeah.
on a rental. And we went to Mount Rushmore, hiked the Rockies.
How was Mount Rushmore?
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was I could just sit there with like a sandwich and just stare at it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But it's weird when you see it in person. Like you walk up to it. Also, me and like our other buddy, we were not prepared, like temperature wise, because it was like getting pretty cold. Like it was low 60s, that was fine. But then when we started hiking, it got to like the 30s.
Damn.
Because we were up in like the snow.
Right.
And then it started pouring and raining and like other shit. Like, but made
You guys
it.
are in shorts and short sleeve tees and stuff. Yeah.
Made for a good story. We
Yeah,
ended
yeah,
up
of course.
buying like sweatshirts and stuff.
Yeah.
All that stuff was cool. Like, yeah.
It's hard to
Touch grass.
believe, man, that the like looking at Mount Rushmore that it was made by people.
Yeah.
You know,
It's weird. And no one died making Mount Rushmore.
really.
That's a fact. I was like, that's insane that no one died.
Yeah, because all they were doing, they were hanging from. I mean, it was built a while ago, right? Wasn't it
Yeah.
built like? Was it turn of the century? Or like 1900s, like
Yeah.
early 1900s.
I think so.
Let me see when it was finished.
But no, they were just using like
Dynamite, right?
dynamite and they're just on rope.
Dude, yeah, 1927 to 1941.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, that's insane. Yeah, I mean, they must have, right? They just had people with dynamite, and then afterwards, what? They probably had some people going in to, like, you know, do the, like, fine
Yeah.
details on their face, sculpting it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, man, it's crazy. And I don't know how much they've done over the years on, like, reconstructing it or, like, renovating it.
Apparently they're not reconstructing like anything
Hell yeah.
anymore, because thing is, like, eventually, just due to erosion and like the weather and stuff, like Mount Rushmore is gonna be gone
Yeah.
at some point. Definitely not in our lifetime, but it will be gone at some point. And all they can really do is just like protect it as much as they can from like other cons.
Have you seen this one, too? Crazy Horse?
Yeah, we went there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was that?
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crazy Horse. It's nuts what they're trying to do there. Like, not just the monument itself, but literally the campus.
Yeah.
Like, they're trying to build a football stadium and airport. Like, it's huge.
The plan, I mean, I don't know when they're going to finish it.
Like, everything, I have no idea.
So-
but Crazy Horse, though, like, I have no idea. Like,
They started that in 48.
Yeah, 48, yeah.
Does it still look like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, they have, like, his finger.
A little bit more made of it?
Yeah, like his finger, you can see his finger pointing now, but maybe in our lifetime.
Oh, like that they got it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe in our lifetime. I don't know.
I mean, man, you think...
But it only took so long because...
They must, bro.
It only took so long, though, because they had to... Like, they built out the other buildings and stuff first.
Right.
Because they had to... When they went to sculpt that, like, they had to excavate, like, all the trees. There was no electricity or water or anything, so they had to run all that stuff. And then they started building, like, way later on.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, we saw that. That was really cool. Rockies was insane. Like, definitely high up there in national parks for me now. Those hikes were awesome. I got elevation sickness.
Really?
Yeah, like, bad.
Damn.
I didn't think I would, but I
You
did.
ever gotten that before?
No.
Yeah.
But when you're at like 11,000, 12,000 feet,
Yeah.
like it didn't impact anyone else but me. And it's so weird. Like I was trying to get in so much air and it
wasn't coming.
It wasn't coming.
Yeah.
So I had to stop so many times.
Yeah.
It was insane.
And you probably like panic too, don't you? A little bit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you're not getting it. You're like,
Yeah.
it makes it worse.
And like your oxygen blood levels. So the highest point that we were at was about 13,000 feet. And at this point, like if you get elevation sickness, like I didn't have it as bad as some other people, but you can feel the pressure in like your brain. Like I can just feel like headaches coming on.
Yeah, and like
it's just squishing my head.
Yeah.
And I could just feel like the headache in the back of my head, just feel every beat.
Yeah.
And it hurt so bad.
Yeah.
And I just kept taking breaks. Like all you can do is take breaks, drink a ton of water, and eat.
Yeah.
Like that's it. But my blood oxygen levels, I didn't know this, but apparently like you're supposed to be around 95 to 100%. If you're below 90%, you need to go to the hospital. I was at 82.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And which makes sense because I was at like the highest point. I was so fucking lightheaded at this point. But my pride and ego got in the way, and I'm like, I'm fucking getting to the top of this because I didn't come all the way here and not get there.
Yeah,
so I just
bitch out.
I just stopped, as much as I like needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Finally got there, and I was like, whoa, like I'm very lightheaded, like to the point where like I would sit down and try to get up, and like I couldn't get up fast because everything would just start like spinning.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, but I did it. So
you did it.
I did it.
Yeah.
The hikes were awesome though.
Yeah.
They're well worth it. We did like 9 miles one day. One of the days. That shit was hard.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I can imagine.
So hard. And then some people, like when we were walking down, I'm like, oh, finally. Like it hurt. Going down like sucks because your knees are just like getting smacked every time. But I'm just like, thank God we're finally going down. We're getting there. And I'm going down. I'm like, did we really hike up this entire thing?
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus, this is so long.
Yeah.
And I thought I was dying the whole time.
Right.
Like, I didn't.
Yeah.
And then I saw some other people climbing up. I'm like, they're like gassed. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, you got a long way to go.
That's like when we went on that hike up in Vermont. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
We were going down and we're like, they're like already struggling. I'm like, brother, it gets worse.
I'm like, you got a very, very steep climb after this. And they're like, a couple of people were like, is it worth it? I'm like, 100% worth it. But like, you need to just take as many stops as you can.
Yeah.
But you need to make it up there at this point.
Yeah.
So
have you told those people, you're like, that's not worth it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They're halfway up. Or like, what'd you think? You're like, I've seen better.
Yeah.
I've seen better.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's wild. I mean, like from some of the stuff that I'd heard and then I'd seen, because one of our friends, he sent a couple of stuff to me. I mean, it looked awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really want to go out to that area. Like, I really want to go to South Dakota and Colorado and just see like what it's like out there. Because I mean, you've been out that way before.
Yeah.
And it's from what you'd shown me. This was a while ago. It's just unbelievable to think that that's part of the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Like, it must be a trip because you go from there and then you were in Disney.
Yeah.
And then you come back to here.
Yeah.
And you're just like, bro, this is all on the same planet.
Yeah. No, dude, literally. And then, no offense, some of the people in both Florida and South Dakota and Colorado, I'm like, I can't believe we're all in the same country.
So different, right?
Very different.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Like, in some good ways, but a lot of bad ways.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just people like you. Yeah, you can't believe that we're breathing the same air. We have all the same rights.
Yeah.
It's
and
nuts.
dude, the drive, like I'm so used to driving like Mass into Rhode Island and New Hampshire, like it only takes a couple hours,
Right.
to jump from state to state. Yeah, Colorado, dude, like we drove 6 hours, and we finally got into South Dakota.
Wow.
I'm like, God.
Man, I don't even know how long it would be for you to like if you were gonna cross Massachusetts like from way western Mass to like Cape Cod.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that would maybe be 6 hours, or not. I don't
No,
even know.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Like 4, maybe.
Yeah.
4 with traffic, because it takes nearly 2 hours from where we are to like my school.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and like UMass is pretty far west. You can go farther, but
Yeah. No, it's weird. Like getting in and out of states, like from here, our states are so small.
so small. Yeah.
But again, you see Texas, bro.
Yeah.
Like Texas is freaking huge.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Same thing with California. Like, oh yeah, I live in like San Diego, and they got to go to like San Bernardino or some other place there, and it's like a 4.5 hour drive. I'm like, brother, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you look at a map, it's only from like here to there.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
It's so big out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did a ton of driving. I like South Dakota though. It's just fields.
Yeah.
I think I drove 7 hours one day just straight, and didn't see like anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ohio's like that too.
Yeah. I mean, all those
Like
states,
those
like
Midwestern states, it's just like cornfields.
Yeah.
And then out there, it's just trees.
Yeah. And then we would drive through like little towns. Dude, the population of these towns, I'm like, I thought we were from a small town. And then it's like 5,000.
Yeah.
And then one town we drove through was like 1,000. I'm like, what do you guys do here?
Yeah. Well, and dude, those places, when they say that, they're like, man, everybody in this town knows each other.
Yeah.
And yeah, but then when you're at those places where that actually makes sense, you're like, I get that.
Yeah. I would be bored out of my mind if I was in one of
Bro,
those
you just
towns.
game all day.
Yeah, if you have internet.
I was gonna say if you've got good internet.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just everyone out there is like a farmer.
Yeah. I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, where are you gonna commute to your job?
Yeah.
You gotta go do like
a
a
farm.
3-hour commute.
Yeah.
To like your local like big city.
Yeah.
Like what's a big? I'm trying to think. Like somewhere in South Dakota.
Like Rapid City's like the biggest city there,
Yeah.
which is where Mount Rushmore is.
Yeah.
So-
But is that like a super like up and developed city?
It's developed.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing like Denver.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Yeah, because I was trying to compare it to Denver. That was the
Yeah.
only one that I would know of. Yeah, that's a trip, dude.
It's really weird. Just very, very weird. And you don't get a reception a lot over there either.
Yeah.
It's just middle of nowhere.
Right,
But then we would get a reception in like some of the national parks. I'm like, what the hell is
Yeah.
this? Like I was trying to FaceTime you from the Badlands. We were like, I don't know, maybe like 2 miles in the middle of this canyon. I'm like, yo, I got 5G.
Yeah.
And then we all just started FaceTiming like our families and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I have
How do you have all this service right now? Yeah. But then when you go to like the main resort area, like before you even go
yeah.
on the trail, it's like you don't got anything. That's a trip.
Yeah. But yeah, that was that. And then I flew back, had like 2 days to chill, and then I went to Disney with my girlfriend. And that was my first time at Disney. And it was a lot of fun.
It's Disneyland, right?
Disney World.
Oh, Disney World.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Disneyland's in
California.
Is that the California one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been to Disneyland like 3 or 4 times. Disney World's way better.
Yeah.
Like, it's way bigger, way more parks.
See, I've never been to Disneyland. I've been to Disney World when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
you don't need to go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Disneyland's only 2 parks.
Yeah.
Disney World is 4.
Yeah, because there's what,
And
like
they're
Animal
huge.
Kingdom, there's like Epcot.
Yeah.
Are those is that what they call them? Like those the areas there?
Yeah, it's Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, and what's the 4th one? Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
Yeah. But like each one of those parks, I would say Animal Kingdom is bigger than both of the parks in Disneyland combined. It's insane.
Yeah.
I was shocked at how big Disney World actually was, and then the amount of people that go there.
Oh, it's
it's nuts.
Yeah.
The type of people that go there, and
All walks of life.
dude, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's a freak show.
I know we stayed on a Disney resort, so it was nice. We had like shuttles just going back and forth. It was freaking hot there. I mean, it's kind of like this, to be honest. Like I thought I left Florida, but came here and it's hot.
It's the same thing.
But they do a good job with like AC all around. Feel like I was out in the heat and it was hot, but I was in AC a lot of the times when I was waiting for rides.
Right.
So it wasn't like that bad.
Yeah, I mean, they got to do stuff like that, bro, because can you imagine if it's weather like this today and they got people just standing out in like a non-AC line? Like, people are going to be, like, dropping.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know.
And you got what we did was we woke up like dumb early.
Yeah.
Got to the park by like 7.
Yeah.
7:30, and then wait to go in, because if you stay on a Disney resort, you get like a half an hour early in, and that's definitely the way to do it if you can do it, because the general admission line, like for regular people that aren't on the resort, like the line was backed up by the time we got there.
Yeah.
And they have to sit there for like another 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we would stay there till like 12, 1 o'clock, leave, go back to the hotel, go to the pool, and then come back like in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I feel bad for the people that have to do it for like a day,
Yeah.
because they probably don't have the money.
Right.
And you have to spend your whole day at the park. And I'm telling you, from like 8 o'clock to all the way to the fireworks, if you stay, that's a long day.
Yeah.
And you're getting cranky no matter what, just because of the heat. Like,
Yeah.
you need to like take a break.
And how much of that time too are you just standing in lines?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
like you're doing a lot of waiting.
And that's where like getting angry happens.
Yeah.
Like, the heat just drains you. Like,
Oh, big
the
time.
latest we stayed was 4 o'clock, and I was dead.
Yeah.
It was so hot.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a lot of fun. Rides were awesome.
Did you go on the Tower of Terror?
No, fuck that ride. I hate those rides. That's the only ride I didn't do.
There was there Space Mountain,
I did Space Mountain. Space Mountain was fun.
Space Mountain, and Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
And then I remember they had one. It was like Aerosmith or guitar, like the rock and roll.
Yeah, rock and roller. So that was being refurbished when we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're trying to fix up a lot of the rides now, and like just maintaining them.
Yeah.
And adding AC in like a lot of the places.
Right.
But
Dude, some of those rides though that I've seen on, because I mean I haven't been in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those rides that they got there now, they're insane.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
they're like full on productions.
they are. Yeah,
You know? Like before it was like you get in a cart and
Yep.
they got some cool
Yeah,
stuff, you know. But like now it's a full on experience.
yeah. Like, do you remember? What was it? Thunder Mountain.
Thunder Mountain.
Yeah,
go look
and that's like one of the really old like roller coasters there, but you're outside like the entire time,
Yeah.
and there are no fans.
I don't know if I remember this one.
The Thunder Mountain's really fun. I liked it a lot.
Nah, I
But-
definitely don't remember this one, bro.
It's just
Looks sick.
yeah, it's a lot of fun, but there's no AC. Like, you're just outside, like in a minecart,
Yeah.
just hot as hell.
So they closed it, yeah?
Not this one.
No?
They closed Rock and Roller Coaster. The
Okay.
one- yeah. The one
Gotcha.
that you were talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, and then Space Mountain has been there for a while, apparently. Space Mountain was like a ton of fun. I like Space Mountain. There's a new ride, well, relatively new, Guardians of the Galaxy, and I love that movie. And that ride, best ride at Disney.
Yeah.
By far. Went on that thing twice. That ride's fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Hell yeah.
Felt like a kid
Yeah.
the whole time.
That's dope.
Yeah.
There was one ride. I don't even call it a ride. It was just like a slide that you would go down. I remember it because it was such a long way to get up to the top.
Mhm.
And then when you went to through it,
Mhm.
they would tell you to like have your arms crossed like this.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't lift your head up.
Yeah.
And you'd go down it, bro. Like, no lie. I remember this thing being like that.
Yeah.
Like, it was almost like 180 degrees down.
Was it a water park?
It was a water park. Yeah.
They have 2 water parks.
Yeah.
We didn't go to the water
Yeah.
parks.
But I remember that stuff. And same thing with Tower of Terror.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I went, I must have been like 90 pounds or something like that
Yeah.
when I went there. And I remember the seatbelt wouldn't tighten all the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
So when the thing would like go up and then
pull you
drop down, yeah,
Yeah.
bro, I wouldn't be sitting down.
Yeah, yeah.
anymore.
See, that's the other, like, a lot of the old rides are, you know, they try to refurbish them for, like, safety reasons. Like
Right,
that, like
right.
the smaller kids.
Right.
And one, like, Tower of Terror, like, I don't like rides like that where your stomach, like, goes up
Yeah,
and
and
then
drop-
down.
yeah.
Like, I
make you
can't,
sick
I
doing
can't
that.
do those rides.
Yeah.
I like fast rides and like spinning rides.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I feel like most people can't do those rides.
Yeah.
Versus like the dropping one. But Disney has a lot of like relatively like fast and like spinning rides.
I like the fast. I don't like the spinning shit.
Yeah, yeah,
When it starts spinning, I get like nauseous.
nauseous.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
But the speed, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. You know.
Yeah, my girlfriend, she can't do any like spinning rides, so we didn't go on any.
Yeah.
But we went on like all the I don't know, Siri.
Yeah.
Roller coasters and stuff. But dude, there's just something about like I was in Disney
I gotta look
and
this
like
up now.
waiting for the rides was like it wasn't that bad because they made it an experience while you were waiting, the whole time.
Yeah.
And it went by relatively quick because it's just so long. And
Dude, this already looks insane.
when you're on the ride, dude, I just felt like a kid. It was just so much
Is this
fun.
what it was? Yeah.
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 This ride looks sick. That's what I'm saying, though. I mean, people at home can't see it. It's just
Yeah.
like it's a full-on. Like,
and then when you're walking
experience.
yeah, it's not like you're just waiting in line and you go into it.
Yeah.
Like this ride, there's like a whole backstory while you're going in.
Yeah.
Like a dock opens, and then a couple people load into the dock.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, like I'm telling you to look at this, but you're like, bro, I went on it. Like, dude, this looks insane.
It's so much fun.
It
It's so
looks
much fun.
It looks so wild.
I felt like just a kid.
Yeah. I mean, bro, can you imagine like this is the standard now for rides.
And dude, I was like a kid the whole time. I'm like, can we go on again?
Yeah,
Like,
right,
I just
right.
want to go back
Let's
on
do it
this.
again, do it again.
And so I haven't watched Star Wars completely.
Yep.
So there's a whole world of just Star Wars. Didn't know jack shit about like anything really. Like I know bits and pieces of Star Wars. If T-Dog's watching or listening, sorry Tyler.
Bro, I've
but
seen one Star Wars too. That's it.
I don't think I've seen one whole Star Wars all the way through. I just know like bits and pieces.
Dude, Star Wars is like Lord of the Rings for me.
I haven't seen Lord of the Rings either.
Yeah, bro, same here.
But I feel like I need to watch it
To stay cultured.
at some point. I will.
Yeah.
But we rode the Millennium Falcon, and that ride was fun. That was just like like you're a pilot.
Right.
It's like video games.
Right.
And it's so funny. Like the people that there are 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and an engineer, and you get like assigned those roles.
Yeah.
And obviously, like the kids usually are the pilots, but when we went on, they're like 2 moms were pilots. It's like, great. So if you have, usually the kids are good because they play video games.
Right.
They're like flying around
Cracked.
everywhere. Yeah, because the left person goes left and right, and the right person goes up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to like communicate.
Yeah.
You have to call out, do comms.
Yeah.
When you're doing this. Moms were just crashing into everything. The whole ride was just shaking back and forth, and I was a gunner, and I was just like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Right.
It was so funny. But yeah, there's that. There's 2 other like Star Wars rides. It was just a lot of fun overall.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't call myself a Disney adult, but because there were definitely Disney adults there, like hardcore ones.
Dude, that's the thing, man. This woman I used to work with, she's like one of the I don't even know what they're called. It's like a travel agency that schedules like full-on experiences to go to Disney. Like these people are Disney freaks. They just go there like every other week. They're at Disney.
Oh yeah.
You know, she was like that. When I worked with her, she was like taking mad time off because she's like, "Oh, I gotta go to Disney for training. Oh, we're gonna have, like." It's like, bro.
Well, yeah, it was like, you know how we want like memorabilia and stuff like from the CDL collectibles and stuff.
Yeah.
There are people there that are just like that for like everything.
Yeah.
So Splash Mountain, it's not called Splash Mountain anymore. They like redesigned it to a princess like ride now.
Mm-hmm.
It's still Splash Mountain, but it's called like Tiana's Mountain or something now. So they like rebuilt it. Still the same thing, but it looks different.
Mm-hmm.
So it was opening day when we went, and people on the bus were like, "We need to go get the merch, like because the merch will sell out if you don't go."
Really?
And it was insane. People were like, "If we don't go, the only thing we'll get are the pens." I'm like, "The pens, the fucking pens!" Like everyone was just.
Can you imagine what their house looks like?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, bro, where's that ending up? Are you displaying that shit? Or or is it just ending up in the basement? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
like where are you putting your your Splash Mountain or Tiana's right? Like where are you putting that T-shirt?
The T-shirt, yeah, exactly.
You know?
Right? I didn't get. I tried not to like buy a bunch of souvenirs and stuff.
Of course.
Just because it clutters.
It's space, yeah.
Yeah, like I love mugs. I want to get so many mugs.
Yeah.
I only got 1 mug. because it was a good. Have you watched Guardians of the Galaxy?
No.
Do you know like the Groot guy? Groot.
Yeah. Of course,
So I got a Groot mug, and I was like, "This is my favorite ride. I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, of course.
It's cool."
It's a fair purchase.
Yeah, I got socks and a coin.
You got utilitarian shit. That's what you got. Yeah.
Usually I keep the souvenirs, so like if there's like a challenge coin or something, I try to get that.
Right.
Because then I can display those, and it
you
doesn't
got your
take
coin
up.
holder too. You know. Yeah, you got like again the cups. I like mugs too. The only thing I don't like if I'm gonna be or I worry about them is they break.
Bring it, yeah.
You know, if I'm putting it on a plane or I'm driving, I'm like this thing might get crushed.
Yeah.
You know, but it is what it is. It's always hard too, because man, that stuff it's always so expensive.
Yeah.
You know?
It adds up fast.
Yeah, so you gotta like really be wise with what you pick for souvenirs.
Yeah. I bought you know the alien socks from Toy Story.
Yeah.
I got a couple.
Nah,
of those guys.
that's a good buy.
Yeah. Toy Story Land was cool. That's another.
Isn't there a new Toy Story coming out too? By the way, it's like the next one that's coming out. I think there is a Toy Story
like
coming
without
out.
Andy and stuff in the original toys or something.
I don't know. New movie. Let me see. It's coming out. Toy Story 5.
Oh,
2026.
The last one.
2026. It's coming out. Yeah, that's going to be absolutely insane. There's a teaser trailer. I don't know if that's real or not. I can't play that. That'll be the end of the
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Yeah, let's pull this
Pixar.
up. Yeah, it's going to go. We're going to do a quick react.
But no, overall though, really fun trip. 3 weeks. I got up in the mountains, touched grass.
Yeah,
then I came down, went to Florida, was in the heat. Like, I mean, the heat got to me, I think, the first day. But then after that, I was like, man, I'm on vacation. Like, I'm just chilling. I had my my Mickey Mouse pretzel, got the churro. Dude, well, I'll say
bro, the Mickey Mouse waffles I remember.
Oh
were
yeah,
gas.
dude, gas.
I remember
gas.
Yeah.
I got those like nearly every day for breakfast.
Yeah. Fuck, I missed those. Those were so good.
The churros, that's like a thing. You have to get like a salted pretzel and a churro at the park. And like an ice cream bar, which I did get. But the one day that we stayed like super late, all I wanted was a goddamn churro, right? And I went to one of the stands. And this day was like, again, it was really hot, super humid.
Yeah.
I went to go order. And the person, I was like, pretzel and a churro. And she was like, oh, we have no more churros. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll just get a pretzel. I'll walk to some other stand to get like a churro, right? I turn around. I was like, you just had churros. I was like, what the hell? Turn around. This lady, 8 churros.
She
cleared them out.
Dude.
I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to go.
Maybe.
I'm going to go walk over to the other place and get a churro.
See, that's like that's an issue there.
Oh,
if you're
yeah,
a person like that, like this is a hot ticket item.
Oh yeah.
And you're not like, unless she's got 8 kids, which it's like that's something in your own right. She didn't have 8 kids around her, no.
I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt that she was walking over and giving it to like a couple people, but I didn't see 8 kids around her though.
Yeah.
Probably 2 each for like every person or whatever. But still, you cleared out the whole freaking thing.
How about one? How about one per kid?
Yeah, like
and be considerate and think of everybody else here.
Oh yeah,
there's a churro shortage.
Nah, dude, Disney's like
and she took it over.
Every man for themselves.
Yeah,
like we would be standing there. You would see the happy parents that brought their like little kids.
Yeah,
and in my opinion, like you should only bring kids like when they're like 10 and above, where they can like walk around and like remember stuff.
Oh yeah,
but I get it. Like you want to bring your little kids, but if you bring your little kid, you got to understand, certain things are going to happen. They're going to be tired. It's fucking hot. They're going to be cranky. So we saw that, but then we saw the, parents like immaculate patience, super happy, like they're there, like enjoying their time. The kids are happy. You can see that, okay, that kid's going to grow up, like they're going to remember this and be happy.
Yeah.
Then you see the other fucking like Karens around that are like yelling at their kids, screaming, like, oh, wow, you're giving me an attitude. I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, this is supposed to be the happiest place on earth. Like, you are fucking annoying. God. Like, I had to deal with some of those people in line. I'm like, yo, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, can you calm
entitled?
down? Yeah.
How entitled are you?
Yeah, bro. Who goes to Disney and starts throwing down?
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Like, who does that?
You're on vacation.
Yeah, we're going on rides.
Chill.
We're going on rides
Yeah.
here.
Like
You shouldn't be upset.
You're about to go on the Slinky roller coaster.
Yeah, can you imagine
Chill
that?
out.
Yeah, you're gonna like start throwing fists
Dude,
in the
yeah.
fucking Slinky.
Yeah. But you see what you're supposed to do if you ever want to be a parent versus what you shouldn't do
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you're a parent. Like they're full on like moms and dads like screaming at their kids, like not caring that they're in line and people are everywhere.
It doesn't surprise me.
I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, first off, do you have no pride, like at all?
Yeah.
Like you're just yelling at your kids in front of everyone, and then now you're making your kid cry, and then other people feel bad for your kid, and you're just like yelling at them to shut up because they're crying. Now, like, maybe you shouldn't have been a parent.
Yeah.
Mistake number one. Mistake number two. Why did you bring them to Disney if you knew this could potentially happen?
Yeah, man. I mean, I agree with you in the sense, like, you know, there's got to be, you got to find that time when it's okay for that kid to go there. Like you're saying, there's some people who bring them and, you know, again, circumstances, whatever, they can't. But, man, maybe you should just scrap the whole Disney trip altogether then. If you're like, oh, I want to go to Disney, but my kid is going to be difficult or won't be able to ride some of the rides, then don't go. Why don't you wait?
Yeah.
You know? Like, there's no rush. Disneyland is not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Disney World's not going anywhere. You know, but then they end up just not using their better judgment. And then it's a miserable time.
Well, yeah.
And they got to bring everybody else down. It's like, come on.
They want to build memories, which that's fine, but then they don't understand, like, they're building bad memories just because of you.
Yeah.
Like, it's your fault. No one, like, it's not the kid's fault. It's your fault. Like, what? It's the kid is, I don't know, like 6 years old, 90 degrees, fucking humid.
Yeah.
I'm grumpy.
Yeah.
But guess what? I'm an adult.
Right.
You're an adult too.
They can't.
The kid can't control it.
Yeah, you can't regulate it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, again, just people like.
Yeah.
There's stupid people everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
You're in, you know, South Dakota or
Doesn't
you're
matter.
in Disney World.
Yeah.
That's the same. There's just dumbass people walking around.
But no, regardless, like all that stuff though, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Don't let it bother me.
chilling.
Whatever. But I am glad to be back.
Yeah.
It's nice. On the gaming.
Yeah, so
haven't gamed for
the last
a month.
15, 20 minutes. The real OGs stick through the stories because the stories are fun. We love. I mean, I could do just whole podcast talking about that shit.
Yeah,
yeah, bro. You haven't gamed in a month. This is the longest I think you've ever probably
gone.
not picked up the sticks before.
Yeah.
I told you, man, before we started, I looked on there and it said your name, Justin Yin.
Yeah.
And it's like last online 29 days ago. And I'm over here, I'm like, good luck, so like,
yeah, it's bad.
I'm playing Call of Duty. I'm just soloing it up. I'm like,
yeah. I wonder,
my guy.
Dude, my shots like,
oh, bro,
got awful at this point.
dude. So, yeah, what happened? I mean,
What didn't happen?
I finished. I'm 850.
Yeah.
I did it a while ago. Maybe like 2 weeks. Maybe no.
Did I miss any double XP?
Yeah, you missed all the double XP. Yeah, you missed. They did 1 week. A week. Yeah, they did 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
4 or 5 days
I got
of
tokens.
double XP.
I got tokens.
Yeah, I used tokens for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I got up to like 770, and then it was last week. My work was closed for my private lesson since I'm on fucking summer vacation now. So they closed. So I was like, oh, man, I'm just gaming.
Yeah.
And then I saw that they put the double XP. I'm like, oh, we're finishing this. We're over. I think I still have to play. And we'll play because I think I have to get like 3 battle pass tokens.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to complete the battle pass. But, I mean, it's been going fine. Like, they added, I mean, you know maybe about it. They added this 8-bit thing.
Yeah.
Like, this 8-bit game mode, which was actually, like, hella fun. I was playing that a lot because you could just, like, you were jumping around, like, so much.
Yeah.
You know, it was insane. It was almost like as if you had jetpacks, like to how much you could jump, you know? Like, there was no boost, of course. But it was really fun. Like, the maps were strange. Like, they were all... no textures and stuff. So they added that in there. They added that get high thing, like with the time trial, like running up again. Yeah. And then with the Reloaded, they added that incline map, which is like a snow map. Map's fire. Map's really, really good.
Another win.
Yeah. No, this map is like, it's sick. it looks like Summit, and it kind of plays like Summit a little bit if you can imagine it, like kind of being this way, like being that outside area, like with the gondola,
Tower.
you know,
Yeah.
and like the whole middle area. But it doesn't. It doesn't have the same kind of build in that sense, but it feels very familiar. So like that's like mainly what's been going on in like the just regular realm on Call of Duty. Like I don't think it's been that crazy. I know like the big thing that's been going is obviously for us, like we did a couple episodes ago on it talking about Major IV. That ended. And now we've got Champs coming up in a couple of weeks. You said you didn't watch any of Major IV, really?
I saw nothing.
Yeah.
I know who won.
Yeah.
And I like, I know how they won and like how it got there.
Yeah.
Like the teams and stuff, but I didn't watch anything.
Yeah, Major IV was crazy because even before that, because when I think it was like shortly after you went away.
Yeah.
The Breach had a watch party. Shout out to the Breach and Helix because it was dope. But dude, that thing, I remember
I was fucking pissed.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
dude,
that. I was so mad.
So yeah, he tells me, you're like, bro, I can't go, and I'm like, of course, man, like I'll hold it down for us, you know. And there's enough people there that like we're friendly with and all that. So I go there. I'm just by myself. My other friend, he couldn't go, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go there, have a couple drinks or 20, and just watch the games. And Tyler and Doug and forgive me, the other guy that was doing the Chopper. Yeah, he was doing the. They were doing a live podcast, or just live streaming, watching the games, and we were playing Optic, and Optic this whole time looked so bad, like they were awful. But then they're playing us, and I mean, like Breach was bad this year, like they were having a hard time, and we were all like, I don't think that this miracle is going to happen. But I was over here. I will say to myself, I was thinking, I was like, this is the only time this could happen. Because I'm like, Boston, they don't look that great. I'm like, but Optic sure as shit doesn't look good either. And I think Optic they went up on us at some point. But the whole thing that Tyler had was he was like going to give out jerseys, free jerseys to everybody if Boston took a map, and they did. They took the search and destroy, and you could just see his face, bro.
Oh, took a map. I thought it was a whole series.
No, it's take a map. Yeah, he was like,
that's a ballsy.
Yeah, right. Because like if this is the Optic that we were gonna get from the Major III winners, that's fair. But I don't think he at all like expected. Well, and I think a lot of people too. I think they were just like, I know he was. And a lot of people were expecting Optic just be like, all right, like, okay, we're playing Breach. Like, we're gonna win this.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
there's no way we lose this. They're the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
And no, they won a map, and then they won another map, and then they went Game 5 with Optic, and he was just like, his reaction was priceless. He was so pissed he had to give out jerseys. He gave me a large. He's like, we got no mediums left. I was like, brother, whatever. And I was like, I already got one.
Yeah.
And you've got yours too. But yeah, they ended up winning the whole thing. Boston beat Optic. And the Breach guys are playing, like, they were playing right next door in that glass room there. So then they came out. They were so stoked. It was such a good feeling.
Yeah.
Everyone was freaking out.
I'm upset I missed that.
A couple of guys who got there, Paul, he's like, shout out Paul. He's like, dude, Justin doesn't come to one of the events. I was like, bro, I know.
The one that like Breach have been losing all year.
He's like, dude,
and the one time.
Yeah, he's like, bro, where is he? I was like, oh, dude, he's out west. Like, he's traveling. Like, he has a good excuse to not be. He's like, I get that. He's like, but I was like, man.
Dude, when you were texting me, I was in the Badlands, like National Park. And like I was looking at Twitter. I'm like, there's no way they win this.
Yeah. It was crazy. And they won it was a Rio search that they ended up beating them on. I'm fairly sure. Yeah. Yeah, it was a Rio search. I mean, man, Optic just played. Excuse me. They just played awful. They were so bad. They got outclassed like the entire time. I mean, and they were just doing dumb things. Because then when I was there, I tuned in to watching what was it, Scump's stream of it, and same thing. He was losing full. I mean, they were just like, "What are we doing?" And I'm like, "Yes!" I was like, "You guys are morons." And I think like when they would show the cams of like everybody on Boston, they're like, you could see they're like, "Dude, they're trash." Like, we can actually do this, and they beat him. Yeah, it was. It was so sick.
All they needed was one. Like now, like the fact that they were able to win one in front of like the crowd, and come out and just see everyone and just like finally be happy.
Yeah,
I'm so upset that I missed that.
Yeah,
like,
it was
that
great.
Sucks.
And I think it was dope too, is because they came out and they did a meet and greet. And I told you too, I was really fortunate. They had like a whole, it was a donation to cancer. Like it was a fund that they had set up, and they were like, "Oh, whoever ends up donating the most will get their choice of like custom breach controller, like a scuff." And I was like, "Oh, hell yeah." I was like, dedicate to a good cause. I'm like, we'll get this. And I was also like thinking too, I'm like, bro, there's not many people here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I might be able to, get a good deal on this thing too. I'm like, I don't think that's scummy of me. I donated like, I think it was $70, $80.
That's a pretty good amount. Yeah.
It was a good investment for a good cause. I'm like, someone outbids me, But then they were like, did you bet? How much did you bet? I was like, I was thinking of $70. And they were like, dude, you won? I was like, oh, shit. So then they gave it to me, and then I was like, bro, I got to get this signed. So I went and brought it over because they had a little table they set up, and I think they did like a press conference afterwards maybe. But they set this table up, at least for us, and they had all the players there, and I just had them all sign it and shit. Yeah, and I went to press it, and I was like, Priest, good shit, dog. He's like, thanks, bro. I was just like, I was fucking cheesing in front of him. I was like, man, you guys must be so fucking stoked right now for winning this. It was great. So I got this Scuff Boston Breach thing signed by everybody. Sensor signed it, Tyler, both the coaches, Shawnee signed it. It's like 9 signatures on this thing.
That's nice.
Yeah, I played one game with it. I played one game with it. That was it. Because I was like, bro, I have to. I have to get one game on here. But I also don't know what to do because I want to display it, and I will at some point. Yeah. But I was wondering if there's like clear cases or if there's some sort of spray that you can get that like
so
it doesn't wear away if I was actually using, because it's unfortunate. The controller is so nice. But again, I can't because it's signed.
I'm sure there's like a shadow box or something you can get to like put it in.
So now that's going to be like a rare Disney collectible.
Oh yeah.
In like 5 years, I'm going to be
again.
Like,
it's
every person that was attached to the breach signed this controller.
The breach like memorabilia is we have all of it.
Yeah. No, we do.
We're gonna be those Disney people.
Yeah, we're gonna be those Disney people.
We're just gonna have everything.
Yeah.
But and then
Major IV happened. And I can't remember who they faced. I believe it was Vegas. That they faced in losers, and they lost to them. And that was really tough because Vegas was looking like they've just been such a good team. But the real shock of the whole thing was Optic. I mean, I could not believe that. They, like, for people, like, obviously now, but for people watching it live, I really thought like this was going to be a bounce back for them. They played sub base hardpoint for the map 1, and they did really well on it. Like they blew them out almost 100 points, if not 100 points.
They played Miami Heretics.
Yeah, they played Miami. A team that they always beat. And that's like that was part of the thing too. People were just like, man, we're playing on LAN. We're playing we're starting off with sub base. They're playing the Heretics. Like this is a win-win. And they lost. I think they lost 3-1 or maybe game 5 they lost.
I think it was game 5.
I think you're right. It was somewhere around there. It was a close series. Overall. And they got 8 through 12. They got no money.
Yep. Dead last. They went from first place to dead last at the next major.
I mean, man, the fall off of Optic right now, this has to be studied. This is going to be like documentary worthy. It's unbelievable how a team, and this is in any sport too, how a team can go from winning the biggest event that you can win throughout the year, like minus COD Champs, but winning a major, going from that to literally being the worst team and losing to the worst team in the league statistically. I don't understand how that happens.
Back to back too.
Yeah.
Like,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah. That was a shock for me. I was like, oh wow, they didn't turn her around. And then as soon as like Optic, one of the top 4 teams, like knocked out immediately, I was like, oh, okay. So now it's FaZe, Ultra, or New York. And then I saw that Ultra choked again.
Yeah, dude. It's like bro, the biggest storylines, it's like, Optic obviously struggling. And then with Toronto, they just cannot close out these important games when they need to. And FaZe is the same way too. There was some stat I saw on FaZe. I believe it's like they're 2-9 or 3-9 in grand finals. I mean, it's unbelievable. They go to the grand finals so much, but when they're right there at the finish line, they can't get over that last little bit. And it's brutal. I mean, that's such a talented team. And to think that they could have been so much more, and it still could be, they're just missing that one little thing, and I don't know what it is, but it's very difficult. I can imagine for the coach and the players how frustrating it is.
Yeah, and that just shows like New York is also like a top 4 team, and they're definitely 4th, right? And it just feels like such a script. Like, okay, of course, like all top 4 teams have won a major. Now.
Yeah.
Like they showed up that day, just beat everyone, ended up winning. Ultra, I think at this point they could have had 3 championships.
Yeah, I think so because they lost. they've been in the finals quite a few times, right?
Yeah, they were in the grand finals last. Major 3, they lost to Optic.
Major 1, they won, right?
Yeah,
Major 2, they lost to FaZe.
I don't even think they were in the grand. Were they in the grand finals? Maybe.
Or did Optic lose to FaZe in the grand finals of that one?
That was it. Yeah.
Optic lost to FaZe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Major 3, Optic beat Ultra.
Yep.
And then Major 4, New York beat Ultra, right?
No. Well, New York did beat Ultra that second time around. The grand finals was New York and FaZe.
New York FaZe. Yeah.
Yeah. And New York, I couldn't believe that they did this because, like you said before, everybody knew they were the 4th best team. Like, the other teams were just so much better. But then with Optic, it got kind of interesting. But then I was thinking, I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, it's going to be FaZe Ultra Final, I'm like, exciting, but I'm like, I already know this is going to go this way. And then Ultra just came out and looked awful. And New York looked insane, and they beat them. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
What is going on?
See, that's the thing about this year. No matter what, like, one of the top 4 teams, like, they're going to have to play another top 4 team just to make it into grand finals. Yeah. If not, beat 2 out of the 3 top 4 teams to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't get to watch the major. I knew the outcome. I saw, stuff on Twitter, pictures of it and stuff. Yeah. Obviously, there are no fans, which that does, like, suck.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Like, Major 4 is over. We got COD Champs coming up really soon. Our boys at the Breach will be sitting at home, maybe in Cancun, as they say.
Yep.
Chilling out. And then after that, there's going to be the eSport, like, Cup.
Yeah.
In Saudi Arabia, which we don't even have the time to talk about.
We will talk about that in the next episode because there's so much news around this and there's a bit of controversy too with it. I think it's still early days. I'm assuming and hoping maybe as like throughout this week and perhaps next week we'll get more news regarding it. Because there's some teams that are in there that we were expecting, and then there's some like Optic that I don't believe at this current time we're recording this on the 8th are in it. Like, they have not been invited yet.
Yeah, because I don't know if it was a rumor or not, but like I think only 4 teams from the CDL can be part of this eSport Cup.
Right. And Boston is one of them.
Yeah, Boston is one of them. But also, they can't have... I know for a fact they can't have their original roster represented in the eSport Cup because they are a CDL roster. so they can't have the same players. Which that's just like
insane.
Yeah, like that sucks.
I disagree with that.
I disagree with that too, and I'm sure all the players disagree with that too. If I had to take a guess, it's probably Activision saying you guys are tied with the CDL. This is like an open format thing where a bunch of other teams can jump in.
Yep.
You're not allowed
right.
to have the same exact team. Which that's just, I don't know, that's just weird. Like we'll go into it like later on, obviously, next episode or something. But it's just like, it's just weird. It makes Roster Mania weird.
It does.
Like,
because now they don't know where the loyalty is with the team. You know?
Yeah.
It's like they chose people that are on the team, and then they chose people that are not on the team. So some of the pro players that got left out are like,
why didn't you pick me?
Yeah, and it's like, is this a sign? Like, are we dropped from the team? I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it next week since we're short on time. Yes, I believe.
Yeah. I can't see from here. Let me check.
Let's go see how much time we got.
We got 10 more minutes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But we'll close anyway.
Yeah, well, but it's just really weird because I'm sure you saw Clayster got dropped from his team. He's unrestricted free agent now.
Yeah.
Feel bad, man.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, with Clayster getting dropped from the Ravens or released, which first off, I'll say in Clay's defense, I don't agree with that. I don't know why they would get rid of that guy. But, you know, that's beyond my pay grade. I really hope we get to see Clay play another year because what I've heard from him is that he wants to keep competing, but he doesn't want to go through the whole roster mania BS. So now he's dropped. So now that's a question. Is he going to keep doing it? I hope there's some team that's out there that's like, bro, we're going to take you. You know, like, don't worry about no roster mania shit. Like, we're going to take you, you know, instead of having to him play, you know, phone call with like, you know, 5-6 teams and trying to figure it all out. And I don't blame him. I mean, I wouldn't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
Dude, Clay's a legend. He's like one of the OGs. It's tough to see him go through it. The guy's passion is unmatched. So, yeah, I hope to see him in the league next year with Black Ops 6.
Yeah. Boston's open, most likely.
Yep.
So, I mean,
more than likely Boston will be open. And we've talked about that before. It's like same thing with Boston. They've got a lot of thinking to do with this offseason.
I'm glad I'm not part of those decisions.
Yeah, I don't know what they do. I don't know if they get rid of the whole team, if they, you know, really pick and choose certain people. Again, way above what I'm capable of thinking.
All we know though is
thank God
a change has to happen.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that's the main message with a lot of the teams. Or not a lot of the teams. That's the main message with all the teams at the bottom, that are AKA not the top four. A lot of changes need to be made. This was a really good year for the top four, and this was a really up and down year for everybody else. There's some elements of teams that I'm sure can stay because they kind of found out, you know, a little too late into the season because some of them, like Vegas, they didn't qualify for champs. I think you give that team a little bit more time. They make it in. You know, will that team stick? I don't know.
Yeah, but at least that team, like, they have a good core.
Yeah,
like maybe 2-3 people they keep maybe.
Yeah.
But I do think this roster mania again, like, there's going to be another shakeup, right? Like,
yeah, big time.
Players are going to be shifted around, and hopefully going into next year too, there's going to be the format's going to change. Like, I'm hopeful that it will change going into next year, especially now without no like buy-in.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe we saw Cloud9 come in technically, right?
Yep.
They're subliners now. Hope to see like more teams come in.
The Cloud9ers.
Yeah. So we'll see about that. But I mean, it's insane. This year like flew by.
Yeah, bro. We have one more Call of Duty event, and then that's it.
Yeah, CDL's the season's officially over.
Yeah.
And then I don't know when the Esport Cup is. It's sometime in August, I think.
We got to, maybe for COD Champs, bro, we got to link up that day and get pizza and drinks and fucking watch it. Like, wherever, I don't know where I'm going to be, wherever you're going to be, but we got to get a TV or a computer and just watch it.
Well, yeah. We'll find something.
Figure it out. Because I remember we did one year. I think or it was like one of the majors or something we got together, and it was dope.
Yeah. I mean, hey, when my house is ready.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely next year.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Black Ops 6. Yeah, we'll have pizza.
We sit
and
on
stuff.
the couch.
Yeah,
with
watching
some
the Major.
refreshments.
Yeah,
and Pizza Hut.
yeah. But yeah, is there anything else? I mean, like, I saw that accuracy was rumored to be Optic's coach. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, I mean, man, there's so many rumors like floating around with all this stuff. I don't know what's going to happen with these people. Here's my prediction with a lot of this stuff. I think some of these players from this year that, they've been in it for a while and, they're going to struggle to find a spot next year. I think some of them will end up into that coaching realm. And I think they'll do really well, Like, I have nothing against Lamar. Like, I think he's a great player. But people just know that he's someone who's been struggling to find a consistent spot year after year after year. And if he ends up being in that situation again, he can't get a spot, I think he'd be an insane coach.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys would.
I think that's why most teams want him. Like, just because of his, like, knowledge and stuff. But, yeah, I agree. I think a lot of the older players, veteran players, are starting to get, like, we did. I mean, they have been, like, the past couple of years. It does suck to see because it's, like, the end of an era. It is upon us.
It's true, man. There's a lot of these players, like, there's Clay, there's Attach, there's Accuracy. I'm really trying to think who else is, like, from that, old era that's still going. I mean, we did have Assault on LAG, and then he just got dropped. There's not many of them left. So it's really cool to see these guys still at the top, or like still on good teams, I should say, or performing well. But yeah, it's going to be tough when we look at the rosters one day, and they're all like all new people.
Yeah, yeah. That's how I feel about the NFL right now. It's the oldest quarterback in the league right now is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And like he's like when he's retired and he's gone,
it's all young people.
Yeah, it's all young people.
Yeah.
I think the average age right now for the quarterback is 25.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
But he's what, 40 something?
I think he's 41.
Yeah.
41 or 42.
That's insane.
But yeah, it's
he's 40.
40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy though, bro.
Brady played till 45.
Yeah, dude, I don't even get that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. This year went by quick with the CDL.
Yeah, dude, and we're gonna do probably either with because I can't remember now if it's 179 or 180, but we'll be doing our major recap or the COD Champs recap, seeing who won and how it all went down. I mean, it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah,
coming up on it.
It's coming up quick. Yeah, and then we'll we keep grinding MW3.
Yes, sir.
We keep grinding.
You got a lot of grinding.
Oh, I do. 150 levels ish.
Yeah.
Good thing I have a lot of
tokens.
You'll
need them.
It'll be all right though.
Yeah, we'll get.
I've done it before.
You've done it before. You'll do it again.
Give me one weekend. If I can get 50 levels in a weekend,
you're good.
I feel pretty good.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
And then I think that's really.
I think that's it for today, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention. Usually, right? It's weird. I always watch the flank afterwards. I haven't watched fucking anything of the flank, so I need to go back and catch up on like all of it.
Your content's gonna be great.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be such a good.
It's
time.
just weeks.
Yeah, weeks of content.
Yeah, I haven't watched them at all. And again, like I said, this like debrief, the 3-week vacation has been so nice. Like I haven't seen anything.
Yeah,
it was so nice. Not that it's annoying or anything, but always keeping up with like the trends.
Yeah.
COD, everything that's happening. Like, I'm gonna wake up. My routine is let me go watch the flank.
Yeah.
This was
a big mental reset.
Yeah, big mental reset. Yeah. And this trip like fixed my schedule, my sleeping schedule, because I had to wake up at 6 every day.
Yeah.
So literally,
now you're like good to go.
Oh yeah, like I've been waking up at like 7.
Hell yeah.
Like just because.
Yeah. Because nothing to you.
Yeah, it's weird.
Dude, thank God. Well, that's a big W coming out of the trip too. Obviously with the good times.
Out of the trip,
Yeah.
Like usually the trip ruins it.
Yeah.
But this trip, like I was forced to wake up early and stuff. So it fixed it.
Dope.
Yeah.
But I think that's all we got, man. I think we got to close it out. So again, everybody who's been listening to episode 178 of the COD Casuals, thank you so much. We appreciate you. It's good to be back.
Yeah, we're back. Oh, we got 100 subscribers.
I know. I did see this. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. We got to get to that Zoe 101 subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready?
And then when we hit that, we tack on another 0.
Yeah.
The 1K.
Yeah. So again, everybody who subscribed, thank you so much. Appreciate it. If you got to this point in the end of the podcast, be sure to go over there and subscribe if you haven't already. And then, of course, going to anchor.fm/COD Casuals. We're on all streaming platforms, as well as going to the Instagram and TikTok where we post shorts on a weekly basis. And then, of course, 5-star rating on Spotify. And then, like I said, with that YouTube, be sure to go over there, like, comment, and subscribe. And then if you want to just keep up to date with us, since we're posting there on a daily basis, go to X at the COD Casuals, since we're there all the time. That's where we're getting all the news, staying in the loop with things. And I think that's it, bro, right?
Yeah.
So again, everybody, thank you for listening. Put my goddamn glasses back on. Thank you for listening to episode 178 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
And we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.